Like, I'm just, I don't know. Okay, empty board. No, empty board. Go back. Empty board. Toggle coordinates. Okay. So I want to come back to this again. Not actually. This. To this again. And actually, you know what? I'll just go over it for 10 minutes and then I'll continue on with the games. Because this was brought up before, but this was also brought up. I brought this up in the club yesterday, last night. No, not on Tuesday night. And I mean, we were talking about this symmetry, and I mean, there's also this weak point. In general, what I'm trying to get to the point of is I don't remember how to go through E3. And I'd rather try looking it up and figuring it out instead of just hoping it goes okay in the games to come. Whoops, not that. And then there's this talk that there was before with the jump coming underneath, letting white go underneath and just going for the light stones. But yeah, it's generally this I wanted to look at. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to see what Josekipedia says. Josekipedia. 3-4 approach, pincer, inside, extend. Really? Uh, 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 says this is a bad move. And that it's good for white. I mean, this I can actually kind of understand because, I mean, white has this or this later. And with a move like this bottom area isn't looking all that hot. But what I'm confused about, there's no variation for this on Josekipedia. Well, actually, the cut doesn't work, so black has to extend. Actually, yeah, it is kind of bad for... Maybe that is just bad, and we were just being weird and not looking at it properly in the club. I'm not quite sure. Um, yeah, Joseki means equal outcome. Yeah, equal outcome. Yeah, black can just extend down. Yeah, the cutting right here is bad for black. Extend, 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 extend. Cut works for black. So white has to protect. Yeah, and that's right, yeah. But this isn't shown in Josekipedia, so I mean, in a way, I feel like it's actually pretty good for black, maybe. But it depends on what the rest of the board looks like, I guess. But I don't know what to think about that. But Josekipedia shows this as being the right answer for black. So maybe if we look through this really quick, we'll see why. Never mind. So this is good for the previous variation. It is good for black because in this variation it says that this is bad and that this is questionable. Because this is bad because it's just the same old thing white has to protect. Um, yes and no. I'm gonna say yes and no to that because by I mean it's true that double digit Q may not go play out Joseki as it should, but if you do and you know how to punish it, you'll gain a huge advantage. For example, this Hane I see all the time with double digit Qs. If you know how to punish this for black not following Joseki, then that's game. There's nothing black can do. Yeah, this example because this is I just see it all the time with when I was well on Fly or Die uh my IGS account was maybe 5 KU even 5 KU IGS people were playing this Hane but this was like last year too and so even if it's just this Joseki that you study on figure out how to respond if your opponent plays one way or another like if white just plays this studying just figuring out how to go about it. Exactly. Yeah. Just one Joseki. This Joseki, the corner, just like just Carrot said, it could bring you up in rank very quickly. Because white can only benefit from this. Not like this though, but in general. Actually. um so yeah. I mean S3. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yeah. I was getting it yeah. Yeah, you're right. I didn't include the two stones there. You'd play the S. Yeah. 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 I just spaced out and what I spaced out a lot. So after the cut S3 Hani connect. What? Play the connect. I mean, yeah, this works for black. But what do you mean? Unless that was it. Because I'm actually I'm legitimately confused. The S3 Hani connect. When you say, oh, just that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's because I just spaced out and forgot about the descent. And if black does this, you can get rid of black's potential to build up in potential. So yeah, if you know any kind of Joseki and study how you can punish, even if it's just one Joseki, only focusing on one Joseki as a double digit Q, this one is good enough. And you can also use it against other people, not just having to worry about other people doing it to yourself. So, I mean, yeah, you don't have to necessarily study all the Joseki. Just one is fine, in my opinion. So, but I mean, if you don't want to study Joseki, that's totally up to you. I just definitely recommend it. This is also Joseki. There was something. Oh wait, no, this is. That's right. This is the Joseki. But when I looked at this, oh, I guess it's just the same. White just needs to take. Otherwise, this is just ugly. Anyway, I guess it has been 10 minutes already. So with this, the descent is correct. If black extends up, white will only benefit from it with this. As long as the rest of the board looks good for white. Because white can play elsewhere at that point. If black descends, we cap. What was the rest of that? I'm just going to go over the rest of this and then call it good. Okay, so black connect, kick, extend, corner, jump. R15 and S15. So this is saying that the exchange with... Actually, this almost looks like the other Joseki. Well, the other part of the Joseki. No, not that. That. They're pretty much the same thing. Yeah, the exchange is bad for white, yeah. But this is the best. So why play the E3 then? Why play the E3 if this is better? I mean, this. Why play this then? That's my question. I don't know, like a testing move? See if black goes up just because it's not good for black? See if your opponent knows Joseki? And here, black's actually not alive. So black can't come in here. Black can't extend the other direction. So why... In my opinion, what I'm gathering from it is just to see if the opponent actually knows how to play the Joseki correctly. That's my take of it. Okay, it's 10:05. I'm gonna fix the thing on here because it was actually, so it was 9:45 was that, and then it's just on the hour, even though it's 5 after, but oh well. So what, can continue doing games on Foxy or just keep on IGS? I'm not sure which to do yet. Oh, that's right. I haven't had the discussion stream yet, which I think I want to have done on Thursdays. I haven't done that yet. Where white goes for the influence and not the corner. Yeah, I do as well. I mean, everyone keeps saying that this is outdated as well because of this. Well, this is what was mentioned in the club too, that this is just, and that this works for white anyway, so yeah. But I don't know how, well, if you're talking about this, um oh, that's right, this is another thing I need to look into, the kaima. Someone mentioned this at the club. Something along these lines. And if black fills in, white can get all these pushes in for a nicer look. Can't black just cut it immediately? I mean, that's what I was thinking, but I actually don't know. Yeah, that is true. And there's this ladder, so black can't necessarily cut there. And that's just good shape for white. So this isn't a good spot for black. This is pretty much the same thing. I don't think so. I mean, it depends on how the board looks. Here, I'm gonna just Wikipedia. So, approach that. No, not that. Oh, there we go. Diagonal. Cut. Ladder. Take. Doesn't say whether or not it's good for either side. A special case, the only way to get a good result, this is at this position, the only way to get a good result with this, if white has stones around if white has stones around 1 and 2 in the middle or the side, and black has a stone around 3. That's what Josekipedia is saying right now with this. The only way to get a good result with this. I'm guessing, yeah, one is because of the ladder. So it's only a good result if the ladder works for white. This is good for white as long as these conditions are met. White having stones in the areas 1 and 2, and black at 3. Then the ladder is perfect for white in this situation. And that's what it says. Hmm. Oh, and I didn't finish the Joseki that it mentioned before. That, connect, and table shape. That was the rest of the Joseki that I was missing. But yeah, that's for that stone, at least. And I'm learning a whole bunch too. So this would be nice to work out. I always assume you can just cut the kaima immediately when I have a pincer. Yeah. No, it depends. It depends. This is what it has for Josekipedia if you do the uh, connect, well, Hane below direction. But I think that also kind of depends. Anyway, that is that. I'm actually, quite honestly, anytime it's whenever I do the Joseki talk, I'm going to keep to this pincer for a while because I mean, there's the connection, there's the extension, which people have I've been told is outdated, and now there's also the kaima to think about. I've also seen this sometimes, but I don't know. But it depends. But I do want to keep to this at least. Eventually, also the high farther pincer. Well, in general, I just want to go over all of the pincer stuff. Hey, Unreal. Um, it was just talking about Joseki. I like the feel of playing a game and then doing Joseki and then either doing more games or do other stuff. I just like it. It feels comfortable with me. Uh, but after this, I do want to try doing um, discussion. I'm still trying to figure out how to go about it. I mean, right as of right now, what I'm thinking is just one or two others joining me in Discord, and we either review a game or we play a game and we do weird, dumb things, or one person plays and the other comments, or something about Fuseki. Mix it up with Joseki. Um, and that is something I am trying to work on in my own games as well. And actually was mentioned in the um, the direction of play, the book, all the Sekis. um, like how it was mentioning that this Joseki is just horrible for white, horrible, and so white has to do some kind of pincer. But in the actual game that was mentioned, black plays over here, plays this variation, and then plays over here. And this is bad because white now has the stone at M14. So now by doing the pincer, what did it say for the rest? Oh, my book's on the other side of the table. Hey, what button did I press? What the heck? It just totally reset everything. That's rude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. It was... This is between two amateur two dons. Diagram. Where's the figure? There we go. Yeah, so that. Black, white. And then black does this. And then... because of the one stone, I mean, I won't go into full detail, but just white has options of just, well, in general, with the pincers of any kind, there it's pointless for black. Actually, hold on. Here we go. This is, oh, Taisha. Anyway, no Taisha.